Welcome traders to the Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's live stream we'll talk about where I might see some support here for Bitcoin. We talk about it on previous live streams, but we'll talk about it again, especially for the new people here that just showed up to the Meet Damien live stream. Appreciate you guys coming in here. Let's get started. Okay, so the Bitcoin price right now is at $76,975. We got this 50-day moving average, this green line here, sitting at about 75,845. Okay, I think earlier today it was at a little bit lower than that. It was at 75,640. But we're getting really close to this 50-day moving average. That should, I think, initially act as support. If not, it might be acting as support right now. We might have front run the 50-day moving average already here, guys. We came down today as low as 75,992 here on Coinbase Exchange. Okay, and that was only about like $300 away from hitting this 50-day moving average here. So maybe we did catch the bounce here. Maybe this will be the bounce that we're looking for here for the bull. We'll dig deeper into the charts. We'll try to see what the momentum's looking like to see if we are going to get a bounce here. But I mean, 75 to 70, I mean, yeah, about 75, actually 74 to 75K was what I was aiming for support for Bitcoin, mainly because of this 50-day moving average. But also, if I go over to the charts here, I did have a Fibonacci that I pulled from 83K, is like kind of like where we topped out on Bitcoin. recently to the 60K level that we saw back here in February. There is a golden pocket level here at like 74,900. That's why I'm trying to aim for 75K to try and take a long on Bitcoin, because I think this is your normal pullback that you normally get. This is the golden pocket retracement level that I'm looking for here. And it just lines up very nicely here with the 50-day moving average, showing some confluence here on the 50-day moving average. So I think the bulls and the longs will start showing up right around this area here, after we just had like a few brutal days here with Bitcoin going down, you know, 1 day, 2 days, 3, 4 red days here of like, you know, going down 2.5%, then another percent here, and then another percent here, and then like another, you know, 0.5% here. It's just been red for Bitcoin, and the reason main is because, and we've been paying attention to this in the last couple of weeks here. I said that this 200-day moving average, this red line, could be an issue here. It could be regarded as an issue here, and it did. Like, we kind of front ran and didn't even touch it here on May 6th, and then here on May 10th and May 11th, we still couldn't get above it. And then here, I think this was it. You know, last Thursday, that's actually when I took my short on Bitcoin, when we had that euphoric run because of like the Clarity bill is passing through Congress, but really it wasn't. It was just passing through a subcommittee, which will then get voted on the Senate floor. But then that's going to take some time, because there's probably going to be a filibuster by Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's going to continue blocking the bill until they can get 60 votes to pass the bill. So that euphoric high took us almost to that 200-day moving average here at 82,090 bucks. We got up to 81,998 here on WEEX Exchange here, and then we got sent down the hell after that. Okay, they try to put up a little bit of a fight here, 21 May, for 1 or 2 days here, and then after we lost the 21 May, it was like game over. Okay, once you lost this white line, it was game over. And now, if you're still playing the moving averages, your next moving average you're looking for is this 50-day moving average, sitting at $75,800 right now. So there you go. Just using moving averages here. I think the moving averages pretty much told the story. We rejected the 200, then we tried to use the 21 as support. That only worked for like a day or two, and now we're trying to come down to the 50-day moving average and try to see if this will act as support. And I think it should act as support, because we got a little bit of confluence here at 75K. So I still would not be interested in taking a long on Bitcoin until we actually get down to 75K. Although maybe I got front run a little bit. Maybe I should have took a long on Bitcoin at $76,000. I just think, you know, it makes sense for us to come down to this green line for see how we handle ourselves there before we, you know, launch up to higher prices here on Bitcoin. Let me see what you guys have to say in the chat here. I did a little bit of chatting there myself. Striker wants me to take a look at Hyperliquid. All right, that's cool. I can do that. I actually made a TikTok video about Hyperliquid. I did that yesterday. If you want to check that out, see, you know, how right or wrong I am about Hyperliquid. But we can look at it on the charts here as one of the first requests. I appreciate you putting in that request. Just letting you know, like, I did do a video on it recently, so you might want to check that out as well. Okay. Let me see. What else we got here for requests? Is that the only request as of now? I believe so. And then I'm also doing a YouTube live stream. I'm gonna check up and see what my YouTube guys are saying. If they're saying anything. I don't even know if they're saying anything. We got Kevin Hawthorne in the chat. Good to see you, Kevin Hawthorne. Appreciate you coming in. He says, good evening, guys. Good evening to you as well. Alright, so we got Hyperliquid as one of the first requests here. Okay. Alright. And just so you guys can see, you know, what I've been up to, I did short Bitcoin. I'm in I'm still in that short, that 40x short on Bitcoin that I took out on Thursday. I actually got in at a higher price at 81,800, but because I added to the short over the weekend, it readjusted my entry price to like 80,947. But yeah, it's still, you know, still in the short, about 190%. I think we can take it a little bit further down. I'm actually trying to take it down to 68K, but I put my stop loss, you know, because, you know, I don't want to round trip my gains, right? That would just look really stupid if I held on to the short and Bitcoin went right back up to $81,000 to knock me out for a loss, right? I got my stop loss at 79k, 79,100. So I'll make, you know, about 93 bucks here, be up about 91%, and take profit. I'm still trying to take profit at 68k if I can. And in the meantime, I'm just looking for scalp longs. I was thinking about scalp longing earlier this morning, but I was like, you know, let me just wait for 75k. So I didn't really take a scalp long today so far. But just earlier this weekend, I was scalp longing. Let me just, if I can just reload the chart here. But I was scalp longing here on Sunday night. Okay. Trying to see if Bitcoin was going to hold, what was it, like 78k, but we didn't. And I, whatever. So I just gave up on trying to long it. And then, of course, we went down, and my short started printing me some more money here. Okay, I think I even tried shorting. I even tried scalp longing on Saturday too, and Friday, where I was like, all right, are we gonna stay above the 21 EMA on the daily time frame? And I was trying to buy Bitcoin, you know, at you know, 79k. All right, and that didn't work either. So the scalp longs aren't really playing out, right? Scalp long. So I do have, you know, small losses here. Some of this was, I did take profit, you know, just about break even here, okay? But the longs are not playing out, but the short is. So like, I might as well just let the winners run, okay? That's one way to make money, is to let your winners run. Don't be afraid to win, and don't be afraid to win big either, okay? I know it makes sense to take profit, and I do got my stop loss and profit, so I will make profit on the short. But like, I just think, like, you know, if Bitcoin is going to get a bounce, I want to take a scalp long, and I'll play that, you know. But I still think the overall trend is down, because we had such a crazy rally that I don't think we actually built up any support on Bitcoin on the way up there, okay? Like, we didn't really go sideways trading throughout the month of April and going into May here. So I think we could come down just as hard as we went up, okay? As sad as that might sound, okay? But who knows? Maybe we actually do make a higher level at some point here, and maybe pivot up, and maybe we don't have to go down to 68k. Maybe we only settle down at like 74 or 71k here, which we got on the Fibonacci numbers here. So we shall see, That's why I'm gonna try to long at 74k and see if that plays out. And then I'll try to long at 68k and see if that plays out, okay? But I think it makes sense to be patient on the longs. Don't try to overtrade. Don't try to, if you get beaten out and your long keeps getting stopped out, then it's probably not time to long. It might not be time for us to go up to high prices. We might have to go down a little bit lower before we go up to higher prices, okay? So in that case, I longed a couple of times yesterday, and I got knocked out of my long. And I longed a couple of times on Saturday, and I got knocked out of my long. It just play out. And that's fine, because the short's playing out. That's why I'm still in the short. Anyways, let me get over to the requests here. We did have a request for Hyperliquid. I gotta add Hyperliquid to like one of my favorites here, because I think this will be a talk about crypto over the next few days and few weeks here, because it is actually one of the most bullish cryptos out there. I will give that to Hyperliquid. Let me go ahead and just add this onto the chart here. I want Hyperliquid. Yes. Gracias. Okay. Hyperliquid currently trading at $48. I did do Fibonacci analysis on this, measuring it from like 47 bucks is where I saw it at, I think yesterday, down to like the $25 level that it was at back here in like February, earlier this year. Okay. And we do got a 1272 Fibonacci target to the upside at 53 bucks. I think that's your next target to the upside for Hyperliquid. Then the next target after that, if it's going to continue being bullish, is you got the 1618 at $60.64. Mark this on your chart here, guys, okay? 60 bucks and $53 for Hyperliquid. Those are your targets to the upside, okay? I'm giving it to you here for free, okay? You don't have to learn how to draw a Fibonacci. You can just come on here and say, hey, Damien, let's look at Hyperliquid, and I'll give you the targets to the upside right here, okay? Targets to the downside. To the downside, we might come down to some of these moving averages, which I think are confluent with the Fibonacci levels below us, and we got the 21 EMA at $42.70. Look at that. Smack dab right on the 786 retracement here at 42.70. So 42.70 is your first target to the downside if things get, you know, bearish on Hyperliquid. If we get a little bit of correction here, I would expect a correction back to the 21 EMA. Hopefully we can launch up and go up to higher prices after that. If not, I mean, there is the 50 moving average at 41.33, which I don't see any confluence with the Fibonacci levels here. However, there is a 618 golden pocket here at $39.07. So maybe between like 39 to 41, you might be able to get some cheaper hyperliquid if possible here. But I think, you know, the moving averages should hold as support. Like the green moving average, we don't really go below the green moving average here for not even a day. Like, all right, maybe we did go down for one day here. On May 13th, we closed below the 50-day moving average, only for us to vigorously shoot right back up to higher prices and close above the 50 moving average. So if you're using the moving averages here, which I suggest you guys might want to do that, add that to your charts. This 50 moving average on this green line here, acting as support for hyperliquid as of now. So right now that's at $41.33. If you come down to that level, it might be worth taking a long, because the trend is your friend until the end, and we just don't know when that's going to happen here. But I think the trend is your friend, and you can continue seeing if the trend's going to play out towards 53 bucks and then towards $60, and then maybe that's when you might see it an end to the trend, where we actually do something else besides going up and to the right. Maybe we start going down to the right, okay? But I would target those numbers to the upside, and then I gave you the downside targets there for hyperliquid. All right, let's see what else you guys have to say here in the chat. Ava Medina in the chat on TikTok. Good to see you, Ava Medina. Thank you for letting people smash that like button. We got 1,000 likes here. Let's see if we can get up to like 2,000 likes, right? Let's see if we can double that number. I think we can do that before the live stream is over. I'm gonna be live for like the next hour and a half here. We've been live since 8 p.m. Eastern time here. And we got Cosmic Crypto in the chat following me here. I don't know if that's the real Cosmic Crypto. I know he's another fellow TikToker on here who talks about crypto a lot. Good to see you. You are the real Cosmic Crypto. But I don't know. Well, we shall see. We shall see. I know Cosmic Crypto. He does live streams with Bullish Babe. Is another popular crypto TikToker here. I know I got a chance to actually follow the actual Bullish Babe. I saw her on a live stream, and I was like, all right, this is the real Bullish Babe here. Let me go follow her. And that's a suggestion to you guys here, is that there are some copycats out there. There's people pretending to be me. There's people pretending to be Cosmic Crypto. There's people pretending to be Bullish Babe. If you got a decent following on TikTok, they start trying to pretend to be you. So I am one of those people that they pretend to be. So you should probably follow me here. If you haven't done so already, go to the top left of your screen. You see my profile picture of me in the red shirt. Click on that, click follow, and then you got yourself the actual real me, Damien. If you guys don't believe it, I mean, you got my voice right here, but I'll flip the camera so you can see the actual real me, Damien here. This is me here, guys, on TikTok, okay? The real me, Damien, okay? Here in Costa Rica. But yeah, let's get back into the charts here. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, guys. So that way you can see me show up on your next time you're up here on TikTok and YouTube. Okay. All right. So that's Hyperliquid in a nutshell. Are there any other requests here? If not, I'm just gonna try to take a look at the bubbles to see what assets actually did pretty well today, and maybe we can take a look at one of those. Looks like there's actually a few that did well today. There's some of them having green days here. Interestingly enough, looks like one that's having a bad day though is Hash. Hash is down 11%. Bitcoin Cash down 6%. FLR down. Flare down 6.4%. Which one should I take a look at? Looks like Injective. We haven't looked at Injective in a while. That one's sticking out right now, up 14.8%. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, see what it can do. For us, maybe, if we want to get into a trade here on Injective. And I'm looking at Injective currently trading at $5.30, up 3.2%. Injective looking pretty bullish, actually, very bullish. It got above its 200-day moving average, which not even Bitcoin could do that, right? We saw Bitcoin struggle to get above the 200-day moving average. Bitcoin's 200-day moving average, I believe, is at like 81K, or, well, last week it was at like 82 or 83K, okay? and Bitcoin wasn't able to get past that. But Injective got past this 200-day moving average, and it overshot a little bit, got as high last Wednesday at $6.14, and then it got, you know, what an expected pullback from there, a correction. Took it down to like almost this 200-day moving average to retest it, front ran it a little bit, and now we're going up to higher prices once more again here on Injective. Very bullish, very bullish. I like to see that, right? You could have lost the 200-day moving average and you didn't. You could have actually retested the 200-day moving average and you didn't. You actually front ran the 200-day moving average. This is very, very bullish to see in the charts here. I would be very bullish on Injective right now. And the only reason why I'm bullish on Injective is because you're above the 100, the 50, the 21 EMA, and the 200 moving average. You're above all the moving averages. You can't say that for Bitcoin, you can't say that for Ethereum, and you can't say that for Solana, because those cryptocurrencies are not doing what they need to do to be bullish here. But Injective is. And Injective was, if you see here on my signals indicators here, I got my DeluxeAlgo signals indicator telling you that you should have been longing Injective here on February 18th. Got another long signal here on March 9th. Got another long signal here on March 30th. And then finally, the long started to play out here, where you started going up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right. Now we're kind of getting some short signals here. Doesn't mean you have to short it right away. You can interpret this as like, all right, if you got into your long here, maybe you can take some profit over here, take partial profit. And of course, it did go up higher, and then we got another a weak short signal here. If it says trap short, it's not really the strongest short signal. But I would just treat that as like, all right, we should probably take some more profits on the longs that we entered here in March and February early this year. Okay. So anyways, I mean, you should be in profit-taking mode here on Injective. I mean, you are up. Let's see, how much are you up here? Like almost like double from where you were in February and March. So you should be considering selling those spot bags and taking a little bit off the table here. Not financial advice. You can do whatever you want, but I mean, you would feel really dumb if you saw this go up here to like $5 or $6. You doubled your money from where it was in March, only for you to go back down and round trip it to $3 here. Like, don't do that. I mean, some people are gonna do it and it's gonna hurt, and some people have to learn their lessons. But for those who already been through it, for those of you who already done round trips and learned your lessons here, yeah, sell high, and maybe you can buy back lower again if it does, you know, drop below an average here. But I do like the uptrend here on Injective, and now I'm curious, are we actually going to continue the uptrend here? Is the momentum still to the upside here? Using momentum indicators, one of them is the MACD indicator here, and this is showing that buying pressure is here. You got green, and I don't see any red. And I saw that you were trying to see some buying pressure die down over the weekend, and then it started building up here again. So buying pressure, it looks fine for us to go to higher prices on Injective. Okay, and then the other momentum indicator that's going to give us an idea is like what the direction might be for Injective is this DeluxeAlgo money divergence indicator here, money flow divergence. And this is showing that momentum was coming down here, but now we got a green buy dot saying that you should buy Injective today, right now. Buy Injective. No, not financial advice. Do what you're gonna do. Well, don't listen to me. But if you want to listen to the charts, it's telling you to buy right now. Okay, there is a green buy dot here. You haven't had a green buy dot since Wednesday, May 6th, right after single denial. Okay, and I believe we did go up to higher prices after that. So Injective looks pretty good. Also, the money flow in the green and going more and more into the green. So I think Injective does want to go to higher prices here. And I haven't really given you a target to the upside. Let me go through in the VRVP indicator. I think that's probably the most important thing to do here. See what the actual real world data is for where there could be some problems for Injective if it does go up to higher prices. Now, I do got this white line here, this value high that is sticking out here at $6.50. I think $6.50 is where you want to take some more profit on Injective. That would also be a higher high than what we did here on May 13th. So $6.50 for your next upside target for Injective, and then after that, I don't know, it's like there's a little bit of high volume node here at 770, and then there's also another one here at 850. So 650, 770, 850 for your targets, the upside on Injective if it's still going to be bullish here. Alright, let me get back in the chat here. Oh, we got Rude Man in here. Good to see you, Rude Man. Rude Man 69, huh? What an amazing screen name that is. You made sure to fit in 69 in there. That's awesome. Let's see. We also got Kendrew in there. Kendrew says, "Me who bought at 280." Oh, good job. You bought Injective at 280. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do because I don't want you to sue me, bro. If it goes against what I tell you to do, so I'm not gonna tell you what to do. But I'll tell you what I would do. I would try to sell some Injective at 530. Okay. Because there's no guarantee that we actually can go up to $6, but I mean, you can sell a little bit here, maybe like 10-20% of your position. I don't know. If you haven't sold anything, then maybe you should sell 20% of your position. Okay? And then maybe sell some more when we actually do hit the $6, you know, $6.50 target that I did right there. You know, maybe sell another 10 to 20% in that area. I'm not sure what you're trying to do. I have no idea what your financial goals are. And that's why I can't really tell you what to do. And I'm not a financial advisor either, but that's what I would do if I was if I owned Injective. I don't own Injective, so I think you can take my word with as much objectivity as you possibly can, because I have no influence on this asset, and it's not gonna benefit me if it does go up or down. Okay. So I think I can give you the best opinion right there. Not advice, but the best opinion is I think 650 should be your target. Feral Candle says, "Pop into hype. You will like the chart." We actually did look at Hyperliquid. That was one of the first requests right after we looked at Bitcoin. Hyperliquid. What did I have for a target? Real quick. We were looking at the Fibonacci, and we had $53 as a target to the upside, and then $60. And I do like Hyperliquid because it's a very bullish market structure. You got the low, the high, the higher low, the higher high, some more higher lows here. Then you're trying to look like you're trying to make a run for higher highs. So I like what I'm seeing with Hyperliquid. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, if there's any crypto you want to be bullish on, maybe Hyperliquid is the one to be in right now. If you're trying to like long something right now. Thank you, Crazy Trader, for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. Alright. Yeah, a few new follows here on TikTok. I like it. Let me see what my YouTube guys are saying. I don't want to neglect them. I know they are there. And, oh, there we go. Ava Medina is also on YouTube. Thank you, Ava Medina, for sharing the links there for my preferred exchange. I like using WEEX Exchange. YouTube guys can see that because it's always there on the bottom of the screen there for my VIP code to get started with WEEX. Let's see. Yep. Alright, so the Crypto Cruise is also in the chat. Says, "What happened with Zcash? You were shorting and winning, and then you got liquidated." Oh my god. When can you short Zcash? Oh man, liquidated. How much leverage are you using, Crypto Cruise? And I'm a little bit curious, how much leverage are you using? Because it might be a little bit too much leverage, or maybe it really was a big move. But we'll have to take a look at Zcash. Can you give me your entry and your stop loss and what your leverage was? And that can give me a better idea as like what happened with that trade. Liquidation means that you lost 100% of all the margin that you put in, and that's not the best thing to do. Your stop loss should have prevented you from being liquidated. Alright, so we are looking at Zcash right now, currently trading at 67. And I'm going to get rid of the VRVP for now. We can always put that on back later. But Zcash did, I was talking about, long in Zcash in the beginning of May. I'm pretty sure I did a TikTok video. Let me just look at TikTok real quick here, but I did do a TikTok video, yeah. Right here.
Zcash is.
I said Zcash is looking pretty bullish around May 3rd.
On the charts.
Zcash I was talking about long in Zcash when it was like $400
here on May 3rd, 2026. And
okay, so I spotted in the charts potential upside for Zcash, and it played out. It played out really, really well. Where I think we almost, we almost got to the 2618. How high did we get? 643? Yeah, just short of the 2618. Yeah. But my DeluxeAlgo signals indicator on the daily time frame was telling you to do a trap short. It's not like the strongest short signal. A super short would have been even stronger. But I mean, this was telling you here that, hey, you should probably take some profit on whatever longs you're in. Okay, maybe entertain the idea of entering a short if you know what you're doing. Okay, not saying that you don't know what you're doing, but like if you know, for those who are experienced day traders, you could have looked at this signal to be like, all right, we should probably take a short here, because the DeluxeAlgo indicator is saying that we should probably take a short here on the daily time frame. And it did play out. The short was there. Okay, now here, what happened? Like, where are your targets to the downside on the short? Well, if you shorted here, okay, when you got this signal to go short, my first target, you know, on the daily time frame here would have been this 21 EMA. You see, the 21 EMA kind of like prevented you from going down to lower prices here. The 21 exponential moving average was the line to look for, and we didn't even touch it. We kind of front ran it here. We got the bounce here on Saturday. We came down as low as 46, and the 21 EMA was at 476. And we front ran it, and we got the bounce off the 21 EMA. Okay, so there you go. That was your chance to get out of the short right there. I'm not sure what level you entered your short in, and whether or not you moved your stop loss. It sounds like you didn't move your. I don't know if you had a stop loss, to be honest with you. You really got to tell me what you did there to get liquidated. Let's see. You want to know when you can short Zcash again? And then Abba Medina says, any chances we get way lower on Solana? And then Abba Medina says, you're working right now. You'll be in the background if anything. All right. Thank you, Abba Medina, for showing up to the live stream here. I hope you enjoy the background music as well as my voice, and maybe you can learn a thing or two from how I trade using the charts here. Okay, Smash Toshi the Likeamoto. I don't know what that is, but I think what Alba's saying is go ahead and smash the like button if you haven't done so already, guys. Appreciate that. For my TikTok guys, all you gotta do is double tap your screen to send the likes, and we got up to 2,000 likes. All right. We were at 1,000 likes just a few minutes ago, and I said, can we get up to 2,000? And you guys did that. So anything else is just gravy at this point. Let's see if we can get up to 3,000 likes now. All right, appreciate it, guys. All right. So Zcash, can you short it again? Can you short it again? I would wait for one or two things here before I short Zcash. I want to see it. Do we climb back up and make a double top? Can we top out again here at 643? Okay, because this would be an A+ setup here, a double top. If you see this, and then you see us curving back down to the downside, then you can short. You know, you might not get the very exact top, but get somewhere close to the top. Put your stop loss right above. You know there's going to be resistance if you make a double top here. So you put your stop loss right above 643, maybe 650 or 660, somewhere in that area. And then you're going to take that short all the way down until we come and revisit the 21 EMA one more time. And then you're going to probably, not financial advice, but I would take partial profit at the 21 EMA. Then you're going to move your stop loss from like 650 down to wherever you came in at, on your short. Maybe you got in at like 630 or 640. So you move your stop loss to break even after you took partial profits here, okay? And the reason why you're taking partial profits is because you don't know if we're going to just continue going down. Your short might continue making you more money here, where if you continue shorting, right, maybe you could take it all the way down to this 50 moving average, that green line, if you can see that right there. I know I got a bunch of lines here, but this green line is sitting at 397, so maybe you take partial profit at the 21 EMA and then take more profit at the 50 moving average. And I'm not sure how much further you want to take it down to. Maybe you take it down to the 200 moving average here, that red line there. That's like right below the 50 moving average at like 378. But maybe you could take full profit here at the candlewick tops back here on April when we got as high as like 393 and 385 here. Okay, 393 is where I would probably take full profit on the short. And then you just don't know, because like once we get to these moving averages should be defended by like the trading bots, and also all the professional traders are looking at that. So I wouldn't get too greedy. I would just try to take some profit, full profit, once we get back to moving averages here, the 200 moving average here on the short for Zcash. But I think you have to wait. This would be an A+ setup. Now, a B+ setup would be, you know, not really a double top, but maybe a low high. Okay. So something like this, where if Zcash comes up, doesn't really top out at the double top, but actually starts rounding, starts curving back down. You start seeing that where we're going back down to lower prices here on Zcash after like maybe making a potential lower high here. Okay. You could be like, all right, I am going to short this lower high, and I'm gonna put the stop loss probably right at the double top, right at like 643. Okay. And maybe it comes down and you start seeing your short start printing. Okay, and I would take partial profit at the 21 EMA and move the stop loss to break even after you get that. And then maybe it does continue further down to the 50 moving average. We don't know. We don't know. It's just an idea. Okay, but that's how I would play it if I was shorting Zcash here. Okay. Now I say this is a B+ setup because you're not really getting the double top where you know like there's definitely resistance here because you couldn't get past that level. Okay. The thing with this here is that if you do see like you know, a lower high here, granted this could be a lower high, right? And then it could come down to the 21 EMA, and if you do not take profit at that 21 EMA, and then you see the bounce off the 21 EMA, okay, then your short could get eaten away where you've made a lower high and then all of a sudden you made a higher low, and then you start making higher highs again, and yeah, you got taken out, okay, out of your short here, okay? So I think the A+ setup would be a double top. The B+ setup would be like a lower high here, which could play out, right, to the downside, or not. But like, either way, whether you get the double top or if you're gonna get the lower high on Zcash, don't forget to take partial profit at the 21 EMA. Move your stop loss to break even, so you made money and you're not going to lose money, okay? Because once you made money and you move your stop loss to break even, you're pretty much in a free trade that already paid you, and you're just waiting to see if it's going to go down to lower prices after that. Jensen B says Zcash about to pump. Your target is 1,200. That's insane if it does that. Zcash going to 600. I mean, it did that, right? Didn't it do that a few days ago? Yeah, it did that on May 9th here, 643. And I was telling you guys to long Zcash, especially after we got this super long signal here on my signals indicator. It was telling us to long Zcash before it jumped up to 600 bucks here. This was like back when Zcash was at 330, 340, 400 bucks. And I did do a TikTok video once again. It was also I did a YouTube short as well. I do both TikTok and YouTube, but I was trying to tell you guys the long Zcash on May 3rd
here, guys,
was at 400 bucks.
Zcash is currently trading at $401 here on May 3rd, 2026. So. And just looking at the
go ahead and you know, follow me here on TikTok if you haven't done so already, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel because I do put up some videos here. Yesterday I was talking about Hyperliquid. I talked about XRP and Bitcoin. I also talked about Rocket Lab and PaxG over the last few days. Sui and Pendle. I think I was spot on about Sui the other day.
It looks like it is close to bottoming out here, guys, on the charts.
I was trying to tell you guys the long Sui at 92 cents.
92 cents right now. This is May 3rd, 2026. And my DeluxeAlgo indicator is giving a trap long that came in at
so those
May
are my long
1st
signals
here,
right there telling me to get into a Sui for a long.
Here on May 2nd, saying that we should be long in Sui because we might be seeing some upside price action here. What else can we look at for indicators here? We can look at
so
the MACD.
You guys can watch that video, right? But I did say that we could hit the moving average on Sui as well, right? And we did do that, right? So I had my my long signal here on SUI, right? Some more long signals, and I said, guys, long SUI at 92 cents. Boom. We went right up to my target here, the 200 moving average at $1.33, $1.34. That was the time to get out of SUI, and had you done that, you would have locked in your profits, and then if you wanted to, you could have entered a short and then play it to the other way, all the way down to, guess what, guys? There's that magical white line again, that 21 EMA acting as support, okay? So you could have shorted SUI at $1.33 and take it down to the 21 EMA, okay? After I told you guys to long it here and then take profit at the 200 moving average. It played out so well. The TA is working so great here on SUI. It makes my job easier when it actually respects the TA. So yeah, you can see that, right? These moving averages are no joke. You should add that to your chart here, guys. The 200 moving average, the 21 EMA, which I don't think most people, or at least most new traders don't have the 21 EMA on their chart. And then of course the 50 and the 100. The 50 is that line, the 100 is that blue line. Those are also pretty important moving averages to pay attention to, because guess what? Whether you're paying attention to it or not, other professional day traders like myself are paying attention to it. And also the trading bots. There's people that program their trading bots to, alright, we're going to buy now, and we're going to sell at the 200 moving average, and then we're going to see if we stay there, and if not, then we're going to enter a short on the 200 moving average. And then we're going to take profit on the short at the 21 EMA. And the trading bots, that's how they play. That's how they play their games. They're programmed to do that. So that's why you guys have to have these moving averages on the chart here. Because there are other trading bots and professional traders that are paying attention to these lines. Charts. Let's see. We have a guy who says, "Get your mult book bags ready." And you said this guy here saying that Meta bought mult book. I have not heard of that. Is that a brand new cryptocurrency? There's always a brand new cryptocurrency coming in and out every single day, every single week. Let me see what else here. I want to make sure I didn't miss any other requests here. But I never heard of Mult Book. Let me see if I can find that here on TradingView. Mult Book. Oh man, yeah, it is on TradingView. It looks like we have here on MEXC Exchange. Well, this thing has been around for a little bit. Let's see, since like February, earlier this year. So not brand spanking new, fresh out, but it is a relatively new cryptocurrency that looks like it started trading here in January of 2026. So it's been around for like 5 months, I guess you could say. But since then, it's been a great way to lose money, right? Let's be honest with ourselves. Like the first few days trading on MEXC Exchange. Red, you're down like 20%, 10%, down another 17%, down another 43%, like, just totally destroyed on the price action here, okay? And since then, you've just been like flatlining, right, on life support here, hanging out near, like, kind of like the price that you're at right now at 1840 here. Oh man, just ugly, okay? But your saving grace is you did get a long signal here. Told you to enter a long here on April 22nd on Mult Book. Okay. And yeah, the price action played out. Look at that. Just give it a week or two, and we got that nice green candle here on April 30th, up 66%. Then you kind of like you're trying to bullishly consolidate here. Maybe you'll get another bull flag up run to the upside here on Mult Book. Okay. Maybe you can get above this blue line here, this 100-day moving average, which is going to act as resistance at 2420 until it no longer is resistance, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see. What can I make of this? I think I'm just going to do a VRVP indicator and figure out what levels to look for here, guys. Let's just fire up that bad boy. You're going to see this indicator off on the right. It looks like a heat map. It's got the green and red. Oh, man. It's kind of a little bit blocky here. But yeah, you got, all right. This looks a little better now. Okay, you got the point of control line at 1680. You're above it, so that should act as support. This blue line. Look at this. The price, the resistance, all right, starts to drop off, and then you get the value area high at this white line at 2250. Could be an area where you could take some profit for the day traders out there. But if you're swing trading this, you probably want to hold on to this and see if it can break past this white line, and then it could be off to the races for Molt Book, right? Where I'm not sure what the resistance would be using the VRVP indicator, but what I can do is I can look left here and see that there's a candle body close here at 91.55, and then the candle body opening here where we got a red candle the next day at 91.98. So maybe that should be a spot to like take some profit. So I'll mark this on the chart if you ever request this asset again. But just keep in mind that, you know, the swing traders, if I'm in this for a swing trade, I'm targeting this red number 92.80 on Molt Book. Okay, I think that's the target to be looking for to the upside. If we ever do make it back up that high, okay. But for the day traders and short-term swing traders, you're just targeting this white line here. Oh man, it just messed up here. Let me go ahead and readjust the data here. But yeah, you can see there's a high volume node. This high volume nodes here, like 2400. Yeah, about 2400. Right where this 100-day moving average is at too, 2420. So I'll be targeting that to the upside, 2400 to the upside for Molt Book. And if you get it now and you're gonna wait until the 100-day moving average to take profit, that should get you a 40% gain, 41% here. So that could be a decent gain, right? Oh wait, I didn't draw it from where the price is at. It's gonna be like a 31% gain. Still decent. Still a decent gain. You could write home to mom about that. I'm up 31% on this. Oh my god! You could tell your friends. Oh my god! And then make sure you click the sell button. Click the sell button, then take a screenshot, and then you can tell your mom and your friends about it. Fishing Crypto's in the chat here. He's asking about BB and then DXYZ. And Fishing Crypto says if oil starts dropping, start buying metals. I kind of understand why you say that. I know why you say that. You're talking about buying, like, you know, copper, gold, and silver and all that if the price of oil drops. And the reason being is because it does cost money to mine gold and to mine copper. You have to run those machines, those front end loaders and all that stuff. They run on diesel, right? Diesel fuel. And once you dig up all that you know, all that rock and metals, you have to then transport it to the refineries and the smelters or whatever, and that requires diesel fuel, and diesel fuel is expensive right now. So the miners are having a hard time making money with the price of oil going up. Yeah, but it makes sense. After oil prices do peak out, it should get cheaper to mine oil. Mine silver, copper, and gold. And as long as the prices of silver, copper, and gold don't go down either, then you can make the difference between cheaper oil and high metal prices. Yeah. Fishing Crypto, you've been doing this for years. Yeah, I've been investing in the stock market 18 years old. That was 20 years ago. You want to like start, you know, doxing me and aging me? But yeah, I've been investing for 20 years, and I understand how cycles go, and I understand how to make money with oil, and how to make money with the metals, the miners, and what their costs are like, and how they can still make money as long as their costs are going down. I understand all that. I understand how to play options too, how to do puts and call options. Also, you've been in it for 22 years, so we're right there. Me and you both experience in the traditional financial markets, but it's also good to learn more about crypto, as that should be the asset of the future. And if we're here first and we're bestowing upon our knowledge to those who are new to the cryptocurrency world, then I think they'll be able to look at me as like people that they can actually listen to and try to help them make some money in the process. Anyways, we gotta look at BBB was one of your requests, and then DXYZ, and then let me go back into we did have a request for Solana. I do have to look at Solana though. So let me I'll look at Solana, then we'll look at BBB, and then DXYZ, and then I gotta check up on my YouTube guys, make sure I'm not neglecting them. All right, nope, I think they're all. But we gotta look at the Solana. And Evan Medina was asking, any chance we go lower on Solana? All right, let me go look at Solana here real quick. Solana's probably gonna do whatever Bitcoin's doing. Just keep that in mind. So if Bitcoin's going lower, then Solana's probably gonna go lower too. We'll stick to the daily time frame to get the bigger picture view here. Solana is currently trading at $85.54. Had, you know, some bad days here, just like Bitcoin did. Solana looks like it is getting a bounce off the point of control here, the highest volume node here on the VRVP indicator. This is the VRVP indicator. For those who don't know, the green is the buys, the red is the sells, and it shows you at what level they were doing it at. You can see like right here they weren't doing too much, but then here on the point of control, this blue line, they did the majority of the buying and selling over here at 84 bucks. And that's kind of like where we came down. We did a candle wick low, we went below it temporarily to like $83.40 here, and then $83.43 here on Monday. We weren't able to stay below it, so the point of control is preventing you from going lower prices here. Thank God, right? So I hope that answers your question there, Alvin Medina, that the point of control is trying to protect you from going to lower prices right now. But you're also having a hard time going to higher prices because of the moving averages above you. You got the 50 moving average and the 100. They're both at like $85.90 here. So that's preventing you from going to higher prices. But if you can get past that, then it gets a little bit easier to go to higher prices here. And then you got like a high volume node here at $89. That's where I would look for upside target for Solana in the meantime is like $89 for now. And then there's also the value area high sitting at $89.90. So 89 bucks, when you see that show up on the screen, I would take some profit on Solana for my day traders out there, okay? Let's see. Now you were asking like, are we gonna go lower? And that's like, to get direction, I look at the what is momentum doing? What are the momentum indicators doing here? On the MACD indicator, you got a MACD crossover to the downside, which is bad because that creates selling pressure. So you do got selling pressure coming in. Right now in the daily time frame, I do not see selling pressure dying off. Selling pressure dying off looks like this, where you get selling pressure in the red, and then it starts to die off and turn pink here, and then it turns green, and then you get buying pressure. You're not getting any of that right now. So Solana could go down lower prices just from what the MACD is showing here. And the other momentum indicator that I use, and this is a paid indicator, you guys have to pay for it. But since you're on the live stream here with me, you don't have to pay for it. But if you want to get this indicator here, there's a link to do that on the description to my YouTube channel. You got the Meet Damien Linktree link, and then you got the Meet Damien Linktree link on TikTok as well. And you go over to DeluxeAlgo and you can use my referral code to get this indicator here. But let me just show this indicator showing you, and then I can show that link to get it. All right, so we got money flow was in the green, and then money flow became less green. Still a little bit of a sliver of green, if you can see that right here. So money flow is still in the green, hasn't turned red or magenta, which would be negative money flow on the daily time frame. You haven't gotten that yet, but I expect it to start showing up here. Momentum, the gray stuff, is to the downside, and it's continuing to go down. You got a red cell dot here on Wednesday, May 13th, so I think the trend is to go to lower prices here on Solana instead of higher prices. And then Hyperwave just turned negative, and it's curving down, so I believe Solana does want to go to lower prices, yeah. From what the charts are showing me. Okay. So yeah, you did get a temporary reprieve. You got some relief here off of the high volume node here. The point of control is showing support here at like 84, 85 bucks here. But if you lose that, then I think your next support should be the Candlewick lows here at 83 bucks. But then also after that, you got the value area low at $82.70. So it's nothing too crazy, but like we could go down like another $3 here on Solana. Okay. Before we could get support. Now I have to zoom out some more here and see what other levels could be support here for Solana. So yeah, look at this, right? If you start losing $85, the VRVP shows that you really aren't going to get too much support until the white line here at $77.60. I think that should be a target to the downside for the swing traders and the leverage short traders. They're going to stay in it for a while here. You could target 77 bucks here for Solana to the downside. That's what I'd be looking for. Thank you, Uber Guy, for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. And Fishing Crypto sending me the heart meat. Fishing Crypto says, you're guessing a little late down in the crypto market. Yeah, I think we could go down a little bit lower in crypto. But we are getting some support off the probably the 50-day moving average on Bitcoin as of now. We kind of front ran it a little bit today. I talked about that earlier in the live stream, but we can look at Bitcoin again on the way out so you can see what I'm talking about. Hayaman says World Cup coin. Is that really a crypto out there? World Cup coin? World Cup coin, okay. And thank you guys for following me here on TikTok. I know it's tough for me to be a streamer here when we have a bad, red day in the markets. People don't want to hear about crypto going down to low prices. It hurts their ego, it hurts their wallet. It hurts both their ego and their wallet. They hear that crypto's going down after you're telling everybody that it's going to go up. And Bitcoin's going back to 100K. Then it doesn't. It just, it hurts to be wrong sometimes. But for those of you who could care less and just want to buy some cheaper crypto, I think you're going to get those opportunities later on in May and going into June. Especially with what I'm hearing about what's going on with geopolitical events, with potential war in Iran restarting up again. It's going to go back to a hot war again. Donald Trump is now fed up with with talking to Iran, and it sounds like the bombs are going to start dropping again. So I can't imagine that being bullish for crypto in the meantime. So I think we will be seeing some lower prices here for crypto and probably higher prices for oil in the meantime. All right, let's look to another request here. We got to take a look at BB. Is that a stock or crypto? Because there is a BB BlackBerry stock. Let me know what we're doing here with BBB. Uber Guy says, keep shorting that market. You bought the dip and it keeps on dipping. Oh man. Uber Guy wants to take a look at silver. Okay. I'm waiting for Fishing Crypto. Are you still there? Can you tell me if you want to look at BlackBerry or do you want to look at like BBB USDT? Let's see. There's two. There's a stock and a crypto. I'm just waiting for Fishing Crypto to let me know which one we're looking at here. Alright. Because you've been talking about crypto, I'm just gonna assume it's a crypto. So we're just gonna do BBB crypto. And if it's a stock, then you gotta tell me, man. You gotta tell me if you want me to look at BBB the stock, which is BlackBerry. Anyways, looking at BBB, the crypto, currently trading at 0.0284 pennies here. Got the VRVP indicator on because sure, why not? It's a very powerful, useful indicator here. This is showing that the point of control, the majority of people bought and sold BBB at 0.029 pennies here. That should be a resistance because you're below that right now, slightly below it. Get past that, it gets a little bit easier to go to higher prices here. Then there's a high volume node here at 0.033 pennies, and then there's a value area high at 0.034 pennies. So those should be your targets to the upside. About 0.033 and 0.034. Oh, now Fishing Crypto comes in the chat and tells me that he wants to look at BlackBerry the stock. Okay. Alright, well, you know, BBB the crypto, those were your targets there to the upside. Let's go to BlackBerry. BlackBerry, the stock. Okay. You want to look at the stock. Currently trading at 6,038 cents. This thing has been very bullish above the moving averages, the 200, 150, and the 21 EMA. And what are we doing here? We're now creating, it looks like some bearish divergence is starting to show up, and it's telling me to enter a short here on BBB. Doesn't mean you can't go up to a little bit higher price before the short plays out, but it is telling you should be considering taking a short here. Okay. I am a little curious. I want to confirm the bullish divergence here using the RSI indicator here. I mean, not the bullish, the bearish divergence here. So we are now looking at the RSI versus the price of the stock here, and I can see it. Yep, it's there. I see lower highs here on the RSI. However, I do see higher highs here on the price. Right? I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? In order to go up to these high prices, we had to go to higher highs, right? So you got your bearish divergence is starting to form here. Still doesn't mean you can't go up to another higher high and also make another lower high here on the RSI. So you can make another higher high on price and still make another lower higher on the RSI and still have, you know, bearish divergence continuing to form here. This is kind of like a warning signal. It doesn't mean that you need a short right now, but it is telling you that, hey, you know, for those of you who are in longs, for those of you who are in profit on your BlackBerry stock, you might want to take some profit before you get a nasty correction. Okay, there should be a correction coming up here. And if there is going to be a correction, you know, we got the moving averages to work with. We got the 21 EMA sitting at 574. I would probably look for that as a target to the downside. If it gets really nasty, then maybe we come down to the 50 moving average at 447. That's another target to the downside. But let me zoom out and see what the previous price action is here. Oh man, BlackBerry has seen higher prices here back here in 2022, yeah. And even, yeah, before that too, so. So BlackBerry is capable of going to higher prices because it's been at higher prices before. Not sure why all of a sudden BlackBerry is catching some bids here, but it is. Did they come out with a new phone or something? Are they competing with like Apple and who else? Samsung and all of them? But they are trying to, it looks like it's trying to go to higher prices here, but I feel like it might, with the bearish divergence, it's highly unlikely that you're just going to continue going up to higher prices. You could. What is more likely is that you will actually just go sideways, and that's, you know, you might go like sideways here, and that's okay, because that gives you a chance to reset the RSI and go from overbought to being, you know, just neutral on the RSI. Well, what is another likely outcome is that you could just end up dropping down to that 21 EMA, then get support, or maybe you come down even further to the 50 moving average. Okay, so there's like 3 ways this can go. Just like any other asset, you could go up, you could go sideways, or you could go down. But it's with this bearish divergence, it's very likely that you will either go down or go sideways. Less likely that you're gonna go just straight up to higher prices here. Let's see. BBB is a great buy. 2 years from now, it'll be something crazy. Already took my short. A lot of people have been trapped. Who's been trapped? Like the shorts or the longs? Sounds like you're talking about the shorts, the bears. Justin, you like that analysis? Could either go up, down, or sideways. Yeah, at any given moment in time. That is what these markets can do, right? We either go up, down, or sideways. But it's like, what is the probability of us going up? Right now, the probability is very low because we've already had a good run here on BlackBerry, and you're getting bearish divergence showing up here. Okay, there's a more likely probability that you're just going to go sideways, and probably even more higher probability that you're going to drop down and actually get a correction here on BlackBerry. Okay. I gave you the moving averages of targets down here. I could just throw in that VRVP indicator and see what actual levels to look for here. You got a high line note here at 541, which is, I don't know, kind of like confluent. Not really confluent, but it's right there next to the 21 EMA. And then you got the majority of the support here at 380, which is right below these moving averages here. That's just if you're looking at the VRVP indicator. This is showing me that if we can't hold 540, we're going to drop like a rock for sure down to those moving averages. That's what I'm seeing here on BlackBerry. Alright, moving on from BlackBerry, we'll take a look at OXYZ. Wait, no, DXYZ. I wrote it like kind of like a no. DXYZ. Destiny Tech. Oh man, another stock here. Okay. We are now looking at Destiny Tech. It's at $53 here. And this thing is also very bullish here. You got all the bullish stocks here, don't you? Fishing Crypto. I have another guy here, Jay Shareem. He's been playing around with like the semiconductors, and he's been picking like very bullish stocks to get into as well. Fishing Crypto, you should probably join my Meet Damien Discord channel if you haven't done so already. Share your stock plays here. I do got a lot of guys talking about crypto, but I am the Meet Damien channel. I'm not the Crypto Damien channel here. So I do talk about stocks because I've been in stocks longer than crypto. And I would like to get some more people who are interested in stocks to come into the Discord and share their ideas about, you know, traditional finance, especially with the crypto guys, because the crypto guys, they can learn a lot from the traditional finance guys as well. Anyways, if you go on to the Meet Damien TikTok channel here,
showing that
you gotta go to the top of the channel here, to the bio. Don't forget to follow me if you haven't done so already. Then click on that Linktree link there, the Meet Damien Linktree. Click on that. Takes you over to the Linktree, and then you got the Meet Damien Discord server, which is free to join. Not gonna cost you anything. Click on that, and then you should be able to come onto the Meet Damien Discord. Let's see. Am I in there? Oh no, why is it saying I'm not in? Let me just restart this here. Refresh the page. Continue in browser, please. Oh my god. Alright, hold on a second here. I don't want to add an account. I might have to turn the screen off here from my my YouTube guys. Alright guys, don't forget to join the Meet Damien Discord channel, but also if you want to start trading right now and right away, you can go onto the crypto exchange WEEX, use that referral code there, XBDP there, and you can get started there. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and try to log in here, but like my TikTok guys are gonna have to throw you guys off screen here, so you don't see the personal information here. Alright, sorry about this. I thought this was all good and ready to go here. And let me get my YouTube guys back into the screen here. Alright, so this is the Meet Damien Discord server. When you actually join, you'll be able to share your ideas and share the trades that you're in here. You'll see when I go live, I post up the links here. We've been talking about P&Ls here and trades that people have been successful in. I posted up that I'm in a Bitcoin short here, 40x short on Bitcoin around like 81k. No matter what, I'll make money. If Bitcoin goes back up to 79k, I'll get stopped out in profit, up 91%. If Bitcoin actually goes to 68k, I'll make 639%. Okay, I'm gonna stay in that short as long as I can there. And yeah, let's see. Well, I did post up. Yeah, I posted up earlier today. I was trying to get Bitcoin down to 75k, but I'm up 229% on that Bitcoin short that I'm still in. Okay, you're on WEEX Exchange. But yeah, we'll love to have you come and join the Meet Damien Discord server. where you can see some other guys who are doing pretty well with their trades here and the day trades. There are definitely a bunch of futures traders here. If you want to rub elbows with those guys and share the charts, share the ideas here. Okay. But yeah, let me get back into the chats here. I'm looking at DXYZ. Looks like a pretty, like I said, pretty bullish stock here, but my signals indicator is telling us to start shorting it. And yeah, let's see, what is this thing doing? Let's see. Readjust the VRVP indicator for me, please. Thank you. All right, we got high volume node here at $44.90 as of now. That should be a target to the downside. Value area high also here at $50.30. We came down to that earlier today. I'm just trying to see what your downside targets are before we start talking about upside targets. Downside targets, value area high, $50 around that area. And then high volume node here at 45 bucks. And then you got the 21 EMA at 40 bucks. So 40 bucks, 45 bucks, and 50. Wow, so easy, right? Just $5 per target, right? But it's showing, that's what's showing on the charts. $50, 45, and then 40 for your downside targets on DXYC. That's what I'd be looking for right now. And then upside target, I mean, can you revisit the high that you did here on Monday? Monday, May 11th, you got as high as like 71 bucks. I don't know. But let's see. Let's get rid of the VRVP indicator here. I'm now going to do a Fibonacci on this to figure out what upside targets could be like. I'm going to measure from there to there. Yep. And 71.24. Okay. We got a 1272 Fibonacci extension target, the upside, $83.18. You might want to mark down on your chart there. And then 1618. Maybe later on this year, you might see $98 for DXYZ here. And then let's just look at the downside targets one more time. We did say like what, 40, 45, and 50. You got 0.5 retracement at 48 bucks, and then you got the 0.32 at 43 bucks here. So yeah, I would still target 40, 45, and 50. Yeah. Because that was the VRVP here was showing you high volume nodes there. 45 and then 40 bucks here. And then of course like right here like 50 bucks. Yeah. So I would just stick to those for your downside targets, and I gave you the upside targets there. Now, I didn't really tell you like what direction we might be going, right? Just one last thing before we go, right? Let's look at the momentum. Are we gonna go up or down here? Looking at the momentum indicators here. And if you want to look at the money flow divergence indicator, it's showing you that money flow is in the green. Momentum is coming down though. Red sell dot came in Tuesday, May 12th. So I don't like the momentum that's going to the downside as of now. I do not like that. It doesn't mean that it can't change to go up higher. Okay, but the momentum is to the downside. I don't like that. And you got the red sell dot that came in about a week ago. Don't like that either. Okay, so that's your Deluxe money flow indicator there. And then here, other momentum indicator is the MACD indicator. This is an indicator that you can get for free. Almost every trading platform has the MACD indicator. And this is showing that the buying pressure is dying down. Interestingly enough, the dying pressure looks like if it was going to continue dying down, you would have got a MACD crossover, but you didn't. Buying pressure died down just ever so slightly, but not enough to get a MACD crossover to the downside. But I think you're playing around, you're playing games here. So I don't know. It's kind of like up in the air. It's like if this thing's going to continue going down at lower prices here. It looks like it wants to, but I think because you got this bounce here, it's messing up the momentum indicators. The momentum indicators are a little bit confused right now. So I hate to say it, but it really is 50-50 as to whether this thing's going to go up or down, because I don't got a trend on the momentum indicators. There was a trend earlier, and then the trend kind of like got screwed up a little bit. Alright, we gotta look at World Cup coin as another request here. Is there even a World Cup coin? No, I don't see World Cup coin. If it's a coin that I have to look at on Deck Screener, I can't do that. I'm not going to try and get in trouble with TikTok because TikTok doesn't like it when I do that. Let's see. This is SpaceX IPO. What is... Oh, DXYZ was a SpaceX IPO? Destiny Tech 100? Really? I'm gonna have to look more into that. Let's see. Let's look at the description to this. Destiny Tech 100 operates as a non-diversified closed-end management investment company, and the company was founded in November 2020 and is headquartered in Texas. That's all I got for a description here. But I believe it because there isn't. Yeah, SpaceX does a lot of their flying, a lot of their launches out of Texas, right? XAU Scalper says good morning. Good morning to you, XAU Scalper. Don't forget to follow me here on TikTok. Make sure you got the real me, Damien. There's some scammers out there who are trying to pretend to be me, but you got the actual me, Damien, on the live stream right now. So you better click that picture on the top left, my profile picture, me in the red shirt with the pilot headset. Go ahead and click that and follow me. Appreciate you doing that. If you want to join the me, Damien community here. Alright, let me go back to my YouTube guys, see what they have to say about things here. We got Matty Ghost in the chat. Matty Ghost is in the chat here, and then Francisco Santos. Talking about BlackBerry made me think about SKR on Solana. Oh yes, the Seeker phone on Solana. How is that going? I haven't really heard much news about that. But I hope they do well, because I want to see them do well and Solana do well as well. Matty Ghost says, bearish wedge pattern on BBB, ugly dump coming. Alright, so that's what Matty Ghost sees. And then Matty Ghost says, it's a shell company. Yep, I think DXYZ is a shell company. I did not know that. But now I know. And you're going to have to request this again so we can take a look at it. Maybe I decide to go buy some myself. Alright, let me look at BBB again. Was BBB in the rising wedge? Matty Ghost thinks it's in a rising wedge, right? That was the, what Matty Ghost was saying. Bearish wedge on BBB. First, let me get rid of this, it could go down, it could go up, or it could go sideways analysis. You gotta love it, right? Of course it could, Damien, but like, tell us, is it gonna go up or is it gonna go down? That's what we want to know. Well, what if it just decides to go sideways? Alright, so this thing looks like, alright, I see higher high here, I don't know. Matty Ghost was trying to say, potential rising wedge, maybe? Like, what are we connecting here for a rising wedge? Candle wick low, candle wick. It looks like kind of like a rising channel to me. Matty Ghost. I don't know if it's a rising wedge. A rising wedge will look something like this. Like, I don't know, maybe like that. But then you gotta do something like that. I don't know. It's, or maybe something more like this. But like, there's nothing here to connect over here. Like, that would be a rising wedge, right? But you're not getting that. You know, I just connected this candle wick high and that candle wick high. This is what I see, Matty Ghost. I just see a rising channel. Can I get that connecting, please? Where we had a candle wick that came below the rising channel, but like, this is looking like a rising channel to me. Matty Ghost. I would just play it as a rising channel instead of a wedge. A rising channel, we could still stay in the channel. You know, the trend is your friend until the end. We saw that with Bitcoin too. But then Bitcoin did make a rising wedge itself. Let's go back to Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin is in a rising wedge, or was in a rising wedge, and I connected that low to that low. and then we were doing this, and then we broke out, and I connected this high and that high to the highs over here, and then we broke out. That's what I'm seeing here. But for like the longest time, like Bitcoin was like kind of like doing a rising channel. Before I started seeing the rising wedge, I was like, oh, this looks like a rising channel to me, and then it started looking like a rising wedge. Alright, so let's go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently trading at 76,888 bucks. And are we gonna get another red day? Because it looks like that's what we're forming here. We had the new day form here about an hour and a half ago. When I went live, as soon as I went live was when the new day started here. And we got as high as like 77,381 here. And it looks like Bitcoin is on its way down to lower prices. So my short should make me some more money on the way down here. Oh, but Chris, what is the short doing? Looks like I just gotta wait for this to refresh here. Let me go ahead and click that refresh button. Feel like a little kid right before Christmas Day. Alright, so yeah, so I'm up about 202% on the short, 207 bucks unrealized profits here. And I'm getting paid to be in the short. Look at this here, right? The realized P&L. My funding fees, $2.16 to be in that short. The transaction fee was $1.58. That's not going to change, okay? Unless I go in and out of the trade here. But I'm okay with the way things are. And I got my stop loss in profit. You know, I know some people are like, oh, Damon, when are you going to take profit? Well, I could get stopped out in profit at, I'll be stopped out at 79,100. I'll be up about 91% and up 93 bucks on the trade. But if I'm able to stay in the trade, and I think Bitcoin might be coming down to 68K here, if I can patiently wait for that, I'll be up 639% and be up 650 bucks here using just about $100 of margin here. That'd be pretty cool, right? In the meantime, what I can do is I can long Bitcoin. So like, let's show you where I'm interested in taking a long on Bitcoin. I'm interested in taking a long on Bitcoin near this 618 and 65 golden pocket here at like 74,900. We just gotta go like a couple lower than where we are right now, and then I'll be interested in long in Bitcoin. I actually do got a order in on WEEX Exchange. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be a long. Go long and strong on Bitcoin. If we get down to 75K, I got the 75K in there. Order in, and I would like to you know, take profit at 78K after longing in at 75, and then stop loss at 74,300. If that works out, right? There you go. They got the stop loss. I'll lose about $22 here if we go down to 74K, and then I'll have a take profit at 97 bucks if we go up to like 78K after hitting that 75K level there. So I'm not just always bearish, okay? I just try to play it as I see it, right? This is the board, the charts. I just play in the charts as I see it, okay? And I just think that Bitcoin is probably gonna head down to the 50-day moving average, which I don't have here, but I'm gonna pull it up real quick here. That 50-day moving average is at 75,800. It was at like 75.6, yeah, 75.6 earlier today, but now it's saying 75.8. So alright, I'll put a couple hundred bucks more. So we shall see if we're actually gonna touch this 50-day moving average and how we handle ourselves there. If I see something crazy here where we do a candlewick low below that green line, yeah, I want to get in at 75K. But if we just kind of like hang out in the other 50-day moving average and go sideways, maybe I just be like, ah, screw it. I'll take 76 or 75.8 as my entry on my Bitcoin long, and this is just a scalp long because I don't know if Bitcoin is going to be bullish with what I'm hearing about a war in Iran, you know, possibly restarting here. I think if the war in Iran actually restarts later on this week, you're not going to see 75K Bitcoin. You're probably going to see below 70K. You're probably going to see 68K. That's where I got my take profit, right? You guys are like, why is Damien got us take profit at 68K? Well, VRVP indicator, right? Point of control. This highest volume node here, this POC is at 68,200. You also got a 0.32 retracement here at 68K, so like around here is where I want to take profit on the short. Because there's a lot of sideways trading here since February, March, going into the beginning of April, where we were just hanging out at 68K for like the longest time here. Yeah, sure, we went up and down, but the majority of the people that bought Bitcoin, they got in at 68K, so they're in profit right now. People could still take profit on their Bitcoin that they bought back in February and March. But when we get down to 68K, they're less likely to sell. And because they're less likely to sell, that means I should sell before they sell, right? I should sell my Bitcoin or my Bitcoin short before they stop selling, right? So once the selling pressure dies down, I wanna also get out of there and then maybe enter a long here at 68K. Okay. I will try 75K. I will try to see if we're gonna, bounce off of the 50-day moving average. That's why I wanna play it, right? If we bounce off, I wanna take advantage of that, right? But if we bounce off and then we roll over, I'm still gonna be in the Bitcoin short, taking us down to like 70 or 68K. So that's my trading strategy, guys. That's my trading plan going into the end of May, going into June here. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. If not, whatever, it makes sense to me. I'm just, I think, the way to make money over the last month or two was to long Bitcoin and then look for scalp shorts. Long Bitcoin, look for scalp shorts. Now the trend is changing. Now we're going into a downtrend. The way to make money is to short Bitcoin, look for scalp longs. Short Bitcoin, look for scalp longs. That's how I'm playing this here, guys. Gotta know what kind of strategy you got. Or else, if you don't got a strategy, then, man, it's almost like a guessing game at that point. You could get blown out of the water. I want to show you guys a liquidity heat map here on Bitcoin before we go. This is the Binance Bitcoin liquidation heat map. And look where all that liquidity is right now, guys. Is it to the side or the upside? Got this big yellow glaring line here saying there's some liquidity here at 75,700. You got $33 million of longs that could get liquidated there. I think they're gonna try to take it down, take out those at 75K, and then then they might try to send it up to higher prices here. But there's not really much liquidity to the upside versus the downside, so that's gonna suck for the market makers. Gonna want to take advantage of the longs here, screw them out of their money before they try to go for the shorts again. So that's what I see here on the liquidation heat map. Mika says LARP. I don't know why you got muted there. Is that a request for LARP? Appreciate you coming in and making that request if that is a request. And let me check in with my YouTube guys here. I'm about to close up the live here, but let me see if there's any other requests here. What's the point for my fib on the Bitcoin for the Fibonacci analysis? Where did I start and end on my Fibonacci here? All right, let me show that for Francisco here. So I took the Fibonacci from 60K, right? Is where Bitcoin bottomed out here in February, earlier this year. And I took that Fibonacci all the way up to like 83K. I mean, we got up to like 82,800 was the high. So I guess I could readjust that, right? I could just, if I want to make it look even more perfect and get the actual correct numbers here, 82,800 should be the top of the fib, and the bottom is 60K is where Bitcoin was at in February. And yeah, you got these Fibonacci numbers here to look at. So it looks like 786 is at 77,900, and the 618 is at 74,100. 65 is at 74,841. So there you go. 60K all the way up to 82,800 is where I drew that fib. And Mika said LARP. I'm just curious. What is? I think I've heard of LARP, but no, it's not showing up here. LARP USD. No, no. And that must be a mispronunciation. I don't even know if that's a request or not. But guys, that's it. You know, I am trying to play for the long side. I am trying to scalp long that 50-day moving average, that 75,800 is where it's at. I think we might overshoot a little bit, come into the golden pocket, and I can get in at like 75K is where I got my long entry at. And then I'm gonna just play coming back up to the 786. It's at 77,900. I put my my take profit on the long at 78K. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing the 618 up to the 786. I'm trying to buy here and sell here on a scalp long, and then see how it plays out. But you know, earlier today it was looking juicy. Bitcoin got down to 76K, but that's still not close to my 75K number. And still not, I mean, it's kind of close to the 50-day moving average, but I want to see if we can come back down there one more time and actually hit that 50-day moving average. And then I might long at 75,800. I don't know. It all depends on what I see on like the 1 hour and the 15 minute. Let's look at the 1 hour before we go. 1 hour time frame is good day trading time frame. Lets me know what's probably gonna happen in the next 12 hours, the next 24 hours. Gives me ideas like what's gonna happen later on tonight, going into tomorrow. I do see that there's bullish divergence showing up here, telling us to try to long Bitcoin. So there you go. That's one reason why I am trying to do a scalp long. It is saying that we should long, but you can see like it's just not playing out. Like, we get these long signals and it doesn't really play out on the 1 hour time frame. So it's tough. That's why I think I could still wait till 75K before, you know, I want more people to give up on trying to buy Bitcoin. And I want the shorts, you know, I know the shorts are paying attention to those levels as well. Eventually they'll take profit and they don't want to lose their profits. So I think 75K is where some of the shorts might take profit on their shorts. But let's see. Let's look at the momentum here. What's momentum doing here on the 1 hour time frame? MACD buying pressure is here, but now it looks like it's starting to die down. So I think, yeah, we might be trying to roll over to low prices here on Bitcoin. Let's see. Here on the money flow indicator, you got the green buy dot here a few hours ago, about 6 hours ago. Momentum to the upside. We would need the momentum to continue going to the upside to see higher prices here on Bitcoin, but yeah, it looks like recently the momentum is starting to curve down. And the money flow is starting to flatline a little bit on the 1 hour time frame. Now let's look at the 15-minute time frame, see if there's anything good about the 15-minute time frame here. I want to look at the momentum indicators again one more time. Momentum to the downside. Money flow coming down. Our hyperwave turning negative, and a red sell dot 30 minutes ago. Okay. MACD is probably going to show the same thing. Yeah, MACD crossed with the downside, and selling pressure is starting to increase here. So I think we might be heading to low prices in the next hour or two here for Bitcoin. Yeah. We'll see if we get a double bottom here, like 76K. That was the low for Monday here. Maybe we front run it. Maybe we go to 76,200 and then make a higher low, go up to higher prices after that. Maybe we actually come down to 76K, or maybe we just completely destroy 76K and then head down to 75K, like I'm expecting Bitcoin to do here. You know. We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, I mean, if you think about it for the shorts here, right? The shorts, they also pay attention to the moving averages and the Fibonacci's just like I do. And if I wasn't trying to stay in my short, you know, any longer than what I've already done, then I would take profit at the 50-day moving average, and I would take profit at the Fibonacci here. And I think that's what the shorts are going to do, and then you'll start seeing a bounce here. around this level at 75k for like 76. Okay. Me personally though, I think we could be in a downtrend, you know, just as long as we were in an uptrend here in April. And I think we could possibly come down to the 100-day moving average at 72k, and then possibly come down to the 0.382 retracement and 68k area like we were at, you know, back in February, March. I think we can come down to 68k. That's why I'm targeting 68k. I'm also targeting 68k because I got the VIVP indicator here. Show me that there's a point of control here at 68k. So that's where I want to get out on my short if I can. Who knows? Maybe I stay in it. Maybe I take out 90% of the profits and I still stay in. Try to take it all the way down to 60k. Why not? Huh? Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. I can always change my mind. But for now, I would like to just take longs at 75k. Maybe take another long at 72k, see how that works. And then maybe take another long out here on the point of control. I would like to go long here and see if Bitcoin does bounce off the 68k. And if it does that, I mean, that could still be a higher low. It would suck for us to go down that low, but it would still be a higher low compared to what you did here in March when you were at low as 64,900. That still qualifies as a higher low after you just made a higher high. So maybe you make a higher low here, and then you go up to higher prices, and then Bitcoin maybe gets past this previous high that it made and goes up to the 1272 at 89k. Right? The Fibonacci, you could play it the other way with the Fibonacci extension levels to the upside, where we could probably see 89k and then 96,800 all over again for Bitcoin. But I think that's going to take some time here, guys. I think in the meantime, we're looking for 75k. We're going to see how we handle ourselves there. And I would like to long at 75k and then take profit at 78k. And maybe this is where we make a lower high and then we get down, sent back down to on Bitcoin. Thank you, Jay Polo, for following me here on TikTok. We got a good amount of followers here on TikTok. Appreciate that. I think that's the best I can ask for on a day when, you know, Bitcoin and crypto are looking like ass right now. Let me see what my YouTube guys are saying before I go. All right, yep. That's gonna be it for today, guys. I'll plan on doing another live stream. Ooh, tomorrow? I might do a later live stream. I might go live around this time, like 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern time, guys, depending upon how things go for me tomorrow. So if you don't see me live streaming, then I probably didn't go live. But if you don't see me live stream by like 10 p.m. Eastern time, then it probably means that I'm not going to go live again until Wednesday. Wednesday will definitely go live at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's for sure. Okay? Alright, guys. I wish you guys the best of luck in whatever trades you decide to get into. Don't take it too personal if your trades aren't working out. Probably means that, you know, whatever you're doing is not working. So you should probably just wait until tomorrow. Look at the charts again with a fresh pair of eyes. And figure out, are we long and or shorting? What is the bigger picture showing here? The bigger picture says that we could get a bounce here on Bitcoin at 75k. I think that's where if you're trying to long, you should try to long, okay? And then shorts, you know, you can stay in your shorts, but just know you might see a bounce here. It could give you a good scare. We could come back up to 78k. We could even come up to like 79k, right? Where that 21 EMA is at, okay? So be on the lookout for the bounce here for the shorts. Take some profit if that's what you need to do. Move your stop loss to break even or further in the profit if you're able to do that. And I think, you know, both the longs and the shorts can still make money. But I think the longs will have better luck actually at that 50-day moving average at 75,800. That's the area that we want to try to buy some Bitcoin if we can, okay? It's only about $1,000 away. Don't be too impatient. It's right there. It's coming, okay? I still see a downdraft here on Bitcoin. And I looked at the 15-minute time frame and I saw the momentum was still to the downside. I looked at the 1-hour time frame and momentum is starting to curve down to the downside. So I think we'll see lower prices here later on tonight on Bitcoin. So you can wait. You can wait for lower prices and try to get in on Bitcoin, maybe at like 76k or below that. Okay. All right, guys, that will be it for today. I will see you either later on Tuesday night, like a late night stream, or I might see you guys at the regular scheduled time on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Take care, and like I said, good luck with your trades there, guys. And gals. Good luck, guys and gals. Alright. Take care, guys. And gals.